Shalom Akim, this is Yabatazah coming back with another video. Want to give all praises and glory and honor to Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. Double honor to the elders of Great Millstone. Much love and respect to you brothers out there doing the work in sincerity and truth. Alright, I'm just going to go into the scripture right here and just branch off of that. And I also got an article that I found on the internet, just proving and showing how we are those ones that are sighing and crying out there and to the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. We're going to drive away the enemy and this wickedness through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. Alright, so I'm going to just jump off with Ecclesiasticus 26 and 27. It says, a loud crying woman and a scold shall be sought out to drive away the enemies. Alright, and if any brothers ever heard, well, you should have heard or heard of a woman when she screams, man, how it pierces your brain. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't know how to react to it. You know what I'm saying? It just strikes you straight to the core, and it either will drive you away, or certain flags or red flags will pop up in your mind, man. You know what I'm saying? That's how it is when we're on the highways and the byways, and we're combating against these demonic people that have different demonic spirits on them. When we like the scriptures say, and was it Isaiah 58 and 1? Let me go ahead and bring it out right here from the sword real quick. In Isaiah 58 and 1, it says, Isaiah 58 and 1. It says, cry aloud, spare not, lift up thy voice like a trumpet, and show my people their transgression, and the house of Jacob their sins. So the point is right there, cry aloud and spare not, lift up thy voice like a trumpet. Okay, so when that word cry means to yell out, man. All right, so it pierces these people's minds, man. And what's piercing their mind? Let me go here real quick to the book of Hebrews 4 and 12. For the word of Yahweh is quick and powerful and sharper than any two-edged sword, piercing even to the dividing asunder of soul and spirit and the joints and marrow, and is a discerner of the thoughts and intents of the heart. You see, and that's what's piercing them, man. So we're like Jeremiah 6 and 2 says, I have likened the daughter of Zion to be a comely and delicate woman. But we have fell, you know what I'm saying? We have fallen from the graces of and mercy of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. That's why we're in the condition that we're in. So now we're coming back to that calmly and delicate woman, preparing for our husband to return, which is Yahweh Shai. But right now we're as that loud crying woman, man. All right, and we've been sought out to drive away the enemy. Okay, and as I said, there's different kinds of movies, and even just through experience, they show, and you'll know that when you hear a woman scream, that shit's scary. You know what I'm saying? It can instill fear. It can drive you away. It can make you run away from her. All right. It says, like I said, it says an alarm. There's movies that I've seen it in movies where certain men are wailing for their lost one or something like that, and nobody dares to mess with that one man or that woman because of her where she is in that place, of pain. You know what I'm saying? But as it says right here, Sirach 26 and 27, a loud crying woman and a scold shall be brought out to drive away the enemies, man. All right, and we are the ones that are driving out the enemies. All right, to the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. Ultimately, Yahweh Shai, he's gonna be the one that's going to come out and as a man of war, crying out aloud as well. Right here in Isaiah 42 and 13, the Lord Yahweh Shai shall go forth as a mighty man. He shall stir up jealousy like a man of war. He shall cry, yea, roar. He shall prevail against his enemies. You see, I have long time holding my peace. I have been still and refrained myself. Now will I cry like a travailing woman. I will destroy and devour at once. You see? So Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, he's going to cry, yea, roar, as a travailing woman, man. As a woman in pain. Okay? So we are that loud crying woman with the scold being sought out to drive away the enemy. What does it say in Proverbs, was it 28:1? That the righteous are as bold as a lion, and the wicked fleeth where no man pursueth. You know? And what does a lion do, man? He roars, and he'll even pierce your spirit too, if you were to hear his cry. You know? But like I said, I have an article. Lord willing, I'll remember the rest of the scriptures that I wanted to bring out. So I'm gonna go ahead and just jump to that article from here, and just read some points off of it, that what I found. It says, this is from the Time magazine, the website, behavior. Scientists now know why people scream. All right, you know how Esau does experiments and things of that nature. This is published July 18, 2015. So I'm going to go straight to the point, and start off from there. It says, the researchers first measured the sound properties of screams versus normal conversation. They measured the screams' volume and looked at how volunteers responded behaviorally to screams. They then looked at brain images of people listening to screams and saw something they found fascinating. Screams weren't being interpreted by the brain the way normal sounds were. Okay, it's just like when we're on the highways and the byways, we're crying aloud and we spare not, lifting up our voice like a trumpet. These people have no clue what's being said. You know, they don't understand. Their brain cannot register this new song, this song that we're playing full blast. You know what I'm saying, so to speak. You know, we're jamming out, man, and they're not able to pick up on that rhythm, on that beat, you know. But basically it's saying that the brain doesn't know how to interpret screams. Okay, and it says normally your brain takes a sound you hear and delivers it to a section of your brain dedicated to making sense of these sounds. What is the gender of the speaker, their age, their tone? Screams, however, don't seem to follow that route. Instead, the team discovered that screams are sent from the ear to the amygdala, if I'm pronouncing that right, Salakia, if I'm not. The brain's fear processing warehouse, says Popel. In brain imaging parts of the experiment, screams activate the fear circuitry of the brain. He says the amygdala is a nucleus in the brain especially sensitive to information about fear. That means screams are inherently considered not just sound, but a trigger for heightened awareness. You see? So let me keep reading. It says, for these screams, Popel and his team mapped roughness as acoustic description for how fast a sound changes in loudness, while normal speech modulates between 4 and 5 hertz in sound variation. Screams spike between 30 and 150 hertz. The higher the sound variation, the more terrifying the scream is perceived. You see? Popel and his team had volunteers listen to different alarm sounds and found people respond to alarms with similar variations. The more the alarm varied at higher rates, the more terrifying they were judged to be. That huge variation in scream roughness is a clue to how our brain processes danger sounds, Popel says. Screaming serves not only to convey danger, but also to induce fear in the listener and heighten awareness for both screamer and listener to respond to their environment. You see? So a loud crying woman, with the scold, shall shall be sought of many, shall be sought out and drive out her enemies. Okay? So this is something that is true, is valid. You know? You don't want to hear a woman screaming and crying. That you'll run away. You'll get out of that house. You know? There's several scriptures in Proverbs. It says that rather dwell in the corner of a house than to be with a loud, basically roughly paraphrasing, a loud screaming woman or a loud woman, all right, that is likened unto a dragon. You know, you rather dwell in the corner of a house. You know what I'm saying? So it says that so it not only conveys danger but also induce fear in the listener and heighten awareness for both screamer and listener to respond to their environment, man. You see what I'm saying? So let me go back over here into the Salakia. Sirach 26 and 27. A loud crying woman and a scold shall be sought out to drive away the enemies. So let me look up that word, scold. Just if you brothers don't know, it says remonstrate with a rebuke with or rebuke someone angrily. All right. A woman who nags or grumbles constantly. You see? So we are the ones that are sighing and crying for all the abominations that are being committed in the earth thereof, right? All right. So we are the ones that are sought out to drive away the enemy. Okay, we rebuke Satan, you know, in the name of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. All right, we rebuke the devil in the name of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. All right, we lift up our voice like a trumpet before the face of our enemy. All right, so from here, let me go to the book. Let me get out of this. All right, Luke chapter 18, and I'm going to start at verse 1. And he spake a parable unto them to this end, that men ought always to pray and not to faint, saying, there was in a city a judge, which feared not Yahweh, neither regarded man. All right. And there was a widow in that city. Who is this widow? It's Israel, man. All right. Mainly the elect. All right, the ones that are sighing and crying for the abominations, that are waiting for judgment to be executed upon our enemies and to be delivered out of the hands of our enemy. Okay, but in the same time, we are also rebuking our enemies. Okay. And there was a widow in that city, and I'm gonna prove that here in the book of Apocrypha. And she came unto him, saying, avenge me of my adversary. And he would not for a while, but afterward he said within himself, though I fear not God, nor regard man, yet because this widow troubleth me. You see, like I read that word scold, and it said a woman that nags, right, or grumbles. I will avenge her, lest by her continual coming she weary me. And the Lord said, hear what the unjust judge saith. And shall not God avenge his own elect, which cry day and night unto him, though he bear long with them? I tell you that he will avenge them speedily. Nevertheless, when the Son of Man cometh, shall he find faith on the earth? All right. So this is Yahweh Shai proving that Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai is gonna deliver and avenge this loud crying woman. All right, and she's gonna have the ability to drive away her enemy through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, the word that is sharper than any two-edged sword. All right, as I read in Hebrews chapter 4. Okay, so from there, let me go to. Let me see here. I'm gonna pull it up. Let's go back to the Apocrypha, and let's go to 2nd Ezra All right. Let me see. Let's go 2nd Esdras chapter 9. And start at verse 38. It says, "And when I spake these things in my heart, I looked back with my eyes, and upon the right side I saw a woman, and behold, she mourned and wept with a loud voice, and was much grieved in heart, and her clothes were rent, and she had ashes upon her head." All right, so Esdras was put in a trance at this moment. He wasn't aware of it till later on by the angel Uriel, because he was consulting certain things that he didn't have understanding on, and it was being endowed unto him. All right, so he saw this woman mourning, and she wept with a loud voice, man. All right, basically proving further Luke chapter 18, and also how this woman is crying loud with a loud voice. So from there, let's see. So basically, your brothers can read this from this part, from verse 38 all the way down to 59. Basically, it goes into chapter 10. You can read it for yourself. But I'm gonna go ahead and just jump to the next verse, and I'm gonna go from there to the next chapter, because like I said, Esdras received a vision at this moment, and he actually thinks he's talking to a woman. All right, like I said, you brothers can read it for yourself, but it's just proving who's going to be sighing and crying as a loud crying woman. All right, that scoldeth. So from there, let me just jump to the main points that I wanted to bring out. Verse 24, 2nd Esdras 10 and 24. "And therefore shake off thy great heaviness." And this is where Esdras is comforting her. And it says, "And therefore shake off thy great heaviness, and put away the multitude of sorrows, that the mighty may be merciful unto thee again, and the highest shall give thee rest and ease from thy labor." Because this woman was sighing and crying for her only son that she had, and he died. "And it came to pass, while I was talking with her, behold, her face upon a sudden shined exceedingly, and her countenance glistened, so that I was afraid of her, and mused what it might be. And behold, suddenly she made a great cry, very fearful, so that the earth shook at the noise of the woman. And I looked, and behold, the woman appeared unto me no more, but there was a city builded, and a large place showed itself from the foundations. Then I was afraid, and cried with a loud voice, and said, Where is the Uriel, the angel, who came unto me at the first? For he hath caused me to fall into many trances, and mine end is to turn into corruption, and my prayer to rebuke." So going back to the point, in verse 26, "And behold, suddenly she made a great cry, very fearful, so that the earth shook at the noise of the woman." All right, and that's Israel, man. All right, and where's the point on that? And verse 44, "This woman whom thou sawest is Zion, and whereas she said unto thee, even she whom thou seest as a city builded." All right, so this is actually a city, but really in the spirit it's the elect. Okay, because we're a people before a place, and we are the temple of Yahweh Shem Yahweh, pursuant to 1 Corinthians. All right, so going back to right here, where it said that verse 26, "And behold, suddenly she made a great cry, very fearful." Okay, so that the earth shook at the noise of the woman. And that's not, is that not what we're doing right now through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahweh? We're shaking the foundations thereof of having this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, man. All right, we are stirring up things, so-called great men out there in the world, man. Us brothers out here that are of a low degree through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahweh. All right, So we are that loud crying woman with the scold that shall be sought out to drive away the enemy. Okay, so basically that's it on there, man. You know what I'm saying? I just wanted to bring out these scriptures to prove that we are that woman, man. We are that loud crying woman, and we're sighing and crying for all the abominations that are done in the midst thereof, man. Just like this woman that Ezra, because Ezra had a love for his people, but his love wasn't above Yahweh Shai or Yahweh, man. All right, but he saw that woman, and that woman represented Israel. All right, and the son that she had as well. You know, the destruction that came upon him was a destruction of their people, man. So I just wanted to bring that out. And the whole inspiration of that was because, you know, yesterday I had a conversation with somebody, and we're watching a video, and a woman, a young girl was screaming, and he was like, man, that's loud. And I was like, yeah. And then the scripture popped in my head, you know what I'm saying, back going to the one in was it Sirach 27 and 26. All right, and I was you know, that's true, because that's how it is with us. Either it's gonna resonate with you and you're gonna delight in it, or it's gonna pierce you to where it's gonna drive you away. You know, that's how the spirit works. Okay, let me verify that real quick, Slakia brothers, just to make sure. Yeah, 26 and 27. A loud crying woman and a scold shall be sought out to drive away the enemies. All right, so that's basically what inspired me to make this video, and I just went through scriptures that I remembered, the spirit of Yahweh Shem Shai, and just wanted to prove that, you know, Israel is likened unto a comely and delicate woman, but of course we fell. So now we're in the condition that we're